Hello guys and welcome to episode 13 of my Youth Academy Career Mode with Oldham Athletic. Today is the final episode of Season 2 and we are going to be playing 4 games today. We're going to be playing the games against Wimbledon, Chesterfield, Fleetwood, and then the last game of the season against Barnet, and we'll be Swindon, Bradford and Tranmere. This is how the team's looking at the start of... oh, hang on. Bear with me while I figure out the menu, even though it's like the 13th episode now. This is the team we've got at the start of this episode. Team's getting there. Definitely a team that we can push for promotion with next season. And yeah, this episode's going to have a little bit of a different layout. We've got 3 months worth of youth reports. We're going to have one on the May, one on the June, and I'm going to end the episode actually on the 1st of July of the next season, where I'm going to do the last Youth Academy report, and then I'm going to, because I'll be using some money to raise funds for, I'll be selling some players at the start of next season just to have a little bit of a clear out of the club of players that aren't aren't going to make it. We will have some more money next season. Hopefully we'll have enough to upgrade some of our scouts and get some better players in so we can start pushing up the leagues. Anyway, the first game of the episode is going to be against, it's going to be a played game I believe against, no it's not, it's going to be a sim game against Tranmere, so let's just go to that. So guys, it's the first team we're going to be using in the first game of the episode. We've got a few players rested. We've got Mbamba playing over Rivers, who was tired. We've got Fier starting his first game of the season in the last episode. And then we've got Bang up top, and we've got Parsons and Cam. Let's just quick sim this to see if we can start the episode with a win. I think we have a good chance here, but it is a 1-1 draw. Bang with a goal, and then O'Connor with a goal. And we are going to be probably ending the season like mid-table-ish. But I just want a good last episode just so we can take some positives into next season. And our first played game of the episode is going to be against Wimbledon. So let's just come back to that game. So this is the team we're going to be using in our first played game. Malanga, Cho and Park across the top. Parsons, Velasco, Alonga in the middle. And then Ramirez, Espinoza, Riveros, Tangoy at the back. And then Mikulak in goal. So probably our strongest team pretty much. Parsons and... I'm still trying to decide between Parsons and... what's the other guy even called? Jeffrey, as to who I actually enjoy playing more. But let's just get into the game and hopefully we can play the first game with a win. Here's Krebs. Brilliant ball through to Stevens. Oh, and that's 1-0 to Wimbledon early. And this is going to be the second time we play an old player in Krebs on the wing, who actually played a part in that goal there by playing it to the striker, who then slipped it through for Stevens, who put it past Mikulak. And it's a good start by Wimbledon, and it's a poor start defensively by us. And here's Reeves. He finds Smith, who's going to play it into Granith, who finds Reeves, and Reeves hits it, but it's a good save by Mikulak, and it goes behind for a corner. And we have not started this episode well at all. He's going to play a short corner here to Ogunda. A nice Osborne there. He plays it to Reeves. He plays it to Granith. Plays it to Ogunda. He finds Reeves again. It's a good block by Riveros in the end. Tangoy. Spots an overlap and run from Park. Oh, it's a good block by Lewis, and it goes behind for a corner. And Alonga's going to whip this corner in. And can Cho get on the end of it? It's headed away. Alonga plays a brilliant ball through to Cho. And Cho's got so much space to run into here. Can he make it 1-1? He can indeed. And that's another goal for Cho, who has scored plenty of goals for us this season. John Sung Cho. Brilliant goal. Brilliant ball through the middle there as well. And it's a brilliant equaliser, even though that was pretty much our first chance of the game. Lewis plays a ball to Granith. Cuts it to Agundia just before half time. He cuts it back to Stevens, who finds Reeves, who hits it, and it's a goal just before half time. Wimbledon go 2-1 up, and it's some good pass and play by them in the middle there, actually, to be fair. And that's a brilliant finish. Let's see if there's not much I could have done about that. It's a brilliant finish, and as soon as we take this kick off, I'm assuming it'll go to half time, and it does. And we've got a lot to do in the second half to bring this back, as we've been quite poor in this game, to be honest. But let's just go into the second half and hopefully we can start to turn it around regardless. Finds Granith. Reeves. There's in a lot of space here, and he finds Smith. He finds Smith. Smith found Stevens, who found Smith again, and he puts it in and makes it 3-1. And unfortunately, we're just not playing well this game at all. And we just don't look like we're going to get anything from this game because we're just playing so poor. There's Krebs in some space. Doesn't play a good ball, and Espinoza plays a quick ball into Parsons, who's got some space to run into now, and Cho's on the run, and Cho's being played through again. Can he get his second of the game and buy his way back into this game? He can indeed, and he does. and he goes and collects the ball and runs to the halfway line. The 69th minute goal to make it 3-2. A Shaw with a brace, and we might still get something from this game. Cuts it back to Smith. Finds no black run to Krebs, who cuts it back to Smith again. Smith finds Stevens, who turns a longer. And it's a good save by Mikulak to put it behind for a corner and keep us in this game. And they're going to play a short corner. Oh no, they're going to play it long. And it's headed by Lewis and it goes over the bar and it returns to the feet of Mikulak. He's going to play to Ungundia. Finds Brown, who finds Reeves, and it's a good catch by Mikulak. Here's Smith. Off the back of Stevens, back to Smith. Here's Reeves now. Finds Smith, who cuts it back to Krebs. Krebs finishes it. Krebs makes it 4-2, and he surely gives him the 3 points, and that's Sellingham has came back to bite us. And he scored a goal against us. And look how happy he looks about it. And unfortunately, we've gone 4-2 down with 5 minutes left. And then I already regret selling Krebs, but it's brilliant stuff. And it's 4-2 to Wimbledon with 5 minutes left. As Krebs comes forward, finds Brown, finds a ball to Reeves, finds Brown again, and it's well defended by Espinoza, but Krebs wins it back, and Brown, it's a good save by Mikulak. And this will be the last piece of play in the game. As Krebs crosses it in, Riveros heads it clear, and then Mars just going to boot it up the pitch. And we do lose our first played game of the episode. We still have another 3. We aren't really playing for anything, so it's not too much of an issue. But we do want to finish as high up the table as possible to get the most points. But let's just get into the next game. So guys, this is the team we're using in the second play game of the episode. We are playing second in the league, Chesterfield. We've got Mikulak, Tangoy, Riveros, Espinoza, Ramirez, Velasco, Jeffrey, Alonga, and then Park, Cho, Mar across the top. And let's just get into this game, and hopefully we can win this game and not lose 2 games in a row. Here's Risen. Plays to Lewis, and it's a good finish, and we take an early deficit again. It's another good goal by Chesterfield. Well, another good goal in general, sorry, not just by Chesterfield. They haven't scored yet. Hit across goal. Mikulak can't quite get there, and it hits off the post and goes in the back of the net, and we're 1-0 down inside the 10 minutes again. There's Sturk again in space, and he plays it to Markanday, who cuts it back to Lewis, and it's a poor shot. Mikulak gets there, and they should have made us pay there, really. Here come Chesterfield again. Here's Lewis. Good challenge by Espinoza, but it came straight back, and Markanday, it's another good save by Mikulak, and it goes behind for a corner, and Tango, he gets a yellow card for that earlier challenge, where I tried to intercept the ball and just completely wiped out the attacker. Dober's going to wave the crossing. Surely Jeffrey can get there, he can. And is he going to play another 1-2 with Mar? He is. And here's Cho. Finds an overlapping run of Mar, who's going to hit across goal, and it's a good save by Hemming. And that was some brilliant play between the Koreans. Alonga's going to whip this cross in. And it's not a great cross. Markanday to Bonis. Good shot by Lewis, and another good save by Mikulak. And it goes up for another corner 5 minutes before half time. It's whipped in by Markanday, and surely Espinoza gets there. He does. Tangoy finds a good pass to Cho, actually. He finds an overlap and run brilliantly for Mar. And Mar's just going to run. There's nowhere to play it. Mar's just going to keep running. And this could be a brilliant counter-attack. And it is. It's 1-1. That's an unbelievable counter-attack. Just some quick passes. And then Mar just picks up the ball and just sprints up the pitch. And it's a brilliant finish. And that's brilliant equaliser just before half-time. An unlikely equaliser, to be honest, as they have been pretty dominant in this game. Let's go. It looks like it's about to go to half-time. Markanday cuts it back, and that should be the half, and it is. And it's going into half-time 1-1. Brilliant stuff. Glad to... Somehow we're still... what am I saying? Somehow we are level. You know what? I am going to probably sell Gartner at the start of next season, because his potential isn't high and he's low rated, even though he's been unbelievable for us. So let's give him a run out for the second half of this game. Espinoza finds Velasco, finds Jeffrey, who finds a brilliant ball out wide to Mar. We've got some space to run into here as Mar dinks it in the air. Gartner cannot get to that, but Jeffrey will probably get to this. And he finds Alonga, who takes a brilliant touch and smashes it. And it's a good save by Hemming, and we nearly took the lead there. Alonga's going to whip this cross in, and he does well to cross it in, and Gartner can't quite get there. And Espinoza's going to try and header it down, but he can't. Can Velasco get there? No, he can't either. Here's Dobber out wide. Tango's going to try and block the cross coming in here, but he cuts it back to Duffy, who plays it into Bonis, who cuts it back to Sturk, and it's another save required by Mikulak, and 65 minutes gone, and it's still equal, but they have got a cross here, and Jeffrey should win that as he is a tall boy. Brilliant stuff here. Park finds a ball to Gartner. Gartner, he makes it 2-1, and probably one of his last games for the club. He's took us into the league against Chesterfield, and it's a brilliant goal. It's a brilliant little play by us, and it's a brilliant little across the floor finish past the keeper. And we've taken an unlikely lead in this game against second in the league. And they might not like this because we might be costing them chances at automatic promotion. It's another good through ball by Park there. And it's just slotted past the keeper by Gartner, and we have about half an hour left in game, or 20 minutes, sorry, to play on. Here comes Chesterfield. Dobra plays a ball down the line. It's Duffy versus Riveros, and Duffy cuts it into Bonis. Plays Duffy again, who cuts it back to Sturk. He cuts it back in. It's a brilliant tackle by Espinoza, but Jeffrey's then tackled, but then Riveros gets to it, and Tangoy tries to get rid of it, but it's straight at Bonis. And Bonis, it's Chesterfield on the edge of the box. He cuts it back to Bonis, and it's 2-2. That's a brilliant reverse pass into Bonis there, and they've equalised with 8 minutes left of the game. And a game that we look like we could have been winning we're now probably going to be holding on for a point. That's good passing here by Chesterfield. Dobra cuts it back. Here's Gordon, who cuts it inside to Duffy, who plays it rising, who finds Bonis. It's a good save by Mikulak, and they will have one last corner to get a winning goal. But Jeffrey should be able to clear that away, and it's straight to Markandale, who finds Hogan, and it's straight at Mikulak, and the game ends 2-2. A good point for us, actually, to be honest. These guys are towards the top end of the table. Second, I believe they were before the game started, and we take a point, and we will go into the next game, which is also going to be a played game against Fleetwood. So guys, for our third played game of the episode, and our penultimate played episode game of the season, this is the team we're going with, the same as last game. We're playing Fleetwood, who are currently 4th, so they'll be pushing for automatic promotion place, so they will be on top form, and hopefully we can do what we did against, who did we just play again? I can't even remember, and we can take a point from them. He finds a ball to Jeffrey, who's already picked up a knock, but that won't stop him from scoring. No, it will. Well, it won't, but it's a good save by the keeper, and Alonga's going to whip this cross in. Can Shaw get rise? He can't, and it's headed away. Here come Fleetwood forward. He cuts it back to Coughlin, who cuts it forward to Virtue, and Virtue is definitely offside there. Tangoy, Alonga's getting a lot of space here. And he plays another ball into behind Park, who this time plays it along the floor, and it's Cho with a little back heel finish. I didn't even mean to hold the left trigger, but we do score in the 20th minute. Brilliant. Alonga is getting a lot of space in the midfielder here. He's just playing a ball out wide to Park, and like early in the game, we tried to cross it over the top and it didn't really work properly. And this time we played it along the floor, and Cho finishes it nicely, even though I wasn't meant to do that kind of finish anyway. But we take a 1-0 lead in the 22nd minute. Park does find a brilliant ball to Cho, and maybe we do have a counter attack as Mar's on the overlap here, and it's brilliantly played through to Mar, who's going to finesse it, and it's a good save by Harrington. And we've got a corner, and Alonga's going to whip this in. I've put far too much power on that, haven't I? Yep, indeed I have. Ramirez finds Jeffrey, finds a ball to Velasco, and here's Alonga. Alonga's going to be in a lot of space again. Alonga's driving forward. Can he play the ball to Park? He can. And it's going to be a carbon copy of the first goal, I think. It is indeed. And I don't know why Alonga's getting so much space in this midfield, but that is a carbon copy of the first goal pretty much, apart from the finish, of course. And Cho picks up his second goal, his 4th goal of the episode, to be fair. And I believe he's actually top of the top goal scorer list in the league as well. So he might be winning a golden boot for himself here as well. But that's brilliant play by Park, who just cuts it along the floor again, and Cho makes it 2-0 just before half time. Finds Coughlin in some space. He cuts it back to Bonds. We want to keep the clean sheet in the first half, and we do as Riveros challenges it and will go for half time. 2-0, a brace by Cho. 2 of the goals pretty much the same. We did have an earlier chance as well, that was the same chance. Alonga picking up the middle, playing it out wide to Park, and then Park just playing it along the floor to Cho, who just taps it in. And let's go into the second half and keep up how we're playing. That's some good play here. Ma finds the ball into Cho. Cho has a chance to get his hat-trick, and does he? Oh, he hits the crossbar, but it comes to Ma, who plays it to Velasco, and it's a brilliant shot, and it deflects wide, and it goes out for a corner, but when it could have been 3-0 up there, Alonga whips in the cross, but it's going to be caught by the keeper. Here's Alonga. Jeffrey's in a lot of space here. Finds a ball along the floor to Mar, who's going to cut this in. Can Cho finish it? It's a good save by the keeper, and he could have had his hat-trick there, but it's a good save by the keeper in the end. And Alonga, it's going to be caught by the keeper again this corner. Clears it away to Mar, who finds Cho. He's going to hold it up while Mar makes his run, and he plays it very well in front of him. And Mar's in a bit of space here, but he doesn't know who to play to, so he cuts it on himself and he tries to finesse it to the far corner, but it's blocked by Mendy. And it's another corner. I'm going to go a little bit further back now because the keeper's caught every corner I pretty much put in, and it's headed away by Graydon, but only as far to Park. Oh, it's not a great touch. Cho finds Park, who finds Cho again. Cho goes to hit it, but it's blocked by the defender, and there's only 30 seconds left of the game, and hopefully we can keep this clean sheet here as Helm comes forward, and he cuts it back to Manveer, and it's brilliant by Riveros, and it's played back to Mikulak, who's just going to boot it up the pitch, and we take a 2-0 lead, 2-0 win against Fleetwood. A clean sheet by Mikulak, who made quite a few saves. 2 goals by Cho again, who still hasn't picked up a hat-trick this episode, considering he scored 2 goals in 2 games. And it's just a brilliant performance all around. And we've won 1, lost 1, and drew 1 of the played games this episode. So hopefully the last played game, which is the last game of the season, we pick up another win. But we do have a couple simmed games, but we do have a monthly scouting update next, and then we have a couple of simmed games. Then the final game of the season, then 2 monthly scouting updates, and the end of the season. So guys, we have our scouting updates from the small nations. Let's start with Burundi to see if we've got any goalkeepers we can bring in. Definitely does not look like it. The potentials for everyone is just far too low. Some decent rated players in here, just no good potentials, I'm afraid. We've got Dieng, 52 rated goalkeeper. He's 40 and it's just not worth it. He's just going to take too long to develop, and he's not going to be worth having around. We've then got, let's have a look at attackers from Uzbekistan. Let's have a look. We've got, oh my god, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. So he's pretty high rated, this guy. I might sign him up and just sell him at the start of next season because his potential, actually he's got a decent potential, so I am actually going to sign this guy up because he looks good, to be honest with you. He's fast. He could definitely be in handy next season, so let's sign him up. He's got a potential above 85, so I'm happy with that. Dubkov can go. Yagudin can also, oh, he's got a decent rating as well, but I'm going to let him go because we've just signed one up. And then we've got Berezovsky, who's just too low rated, to be honest, at the moment, I'm afraid. And then finally Malta. See if we've got anyone from Malta. Definitely not. Them potentials, I can just say across the board, are unbelievably low, even though that guy was decent rated. Yeah, all these potentials are just not good enough. And let's have a quick look in our youth academy to see who we've got that we can bring in. See if any of them have turned 16. We don't. We've got obviously Vorobyov. I'm going to go Vorbyov, who we will bring in, and we might actually give him his debut for the last few games of the season. Let's just get into the second simmed game of the episode and the penultimate sim game of the season, which is against first in the league Bradford. Then we have the Swindon one, and then we end the episode, well, end the season with a win against Barnet, with a played game against Barnet, and then we sort the scouting updates, and then yeah. So guys, I'm going with a bit of a rested team for the game against Bradford, who are top of the league. We've got Vorobyov. Oh my god, I'm going to have to get used to how to pronounce that name. I will look up how to pronounce his name after this episode, and I will know it by next episode. But I'm going to go Vorbyov. Cho, Mar, Parsons, Velasco, Rivas, Ramirez, Espinoza, Senjic, Sierra, and the Mikulak. I'm expecting to lose this game, but let's just quick sim it and see how it goes. It's a 3-all draw. Okay, not bad at all. Goals by Parsons, a brace by Parsons, and a Velasco goal. Humphreys, Sarkovic, and Power for Bradford. Another point picked up in an unlikely game there. We played first, second, and fourth this episode, and our next game is against Swindon, who are around our place. And I can just see now we can now upgrade Espinoza to a centre back, and he doesn't jump up a rating. I thought he might have jumped up a rating, but he does not. And let's just get into the last game of the last sim game of the season. So guys, before we go into the next sim game, I just want to show you an update. We are about to sell Parsons for £1 million transfer fee, as he is unhappy and wants to leave the club. I have decided I'm going to cancel the Burundi search for a goalkeeper at the moment. I'm going to try and get a 5-star scout, to take into next season with the money we have at the moment before obviously it resets at the start of next season. So that's just an update. So we'll only have 2 scouting reports from Uzbekistan and Malta. So 2 scouting reports from both them nations in the rest of this episode. So guys, this is the team we're using in the final sim game of the episode. Our normal 11. Let's just quick sim this. We know our normal 11 now. We've got the Korean front 3. Let's just quick sim this and hopefully we can... Oh, a 3-2 win. Brilliant. We are picking up some good results this episode. Park with a brace and Alonga with a goal. Nichols and Glatzel get their goals. And we have 1 game left of the episode. I think we're sitting like probably, I think 11th now. Or 10th, something around there. Or 12th maybe. We're 10th, yes. And we've got our last game of the episode against Barnet away, which we'll be playing. And let's see if we can get... Where's the highest we can finish if we win this game? Look at Cho there, by the way, top goal scorer. Who have we got anyone in the top assisters? Oh, Cho's there as well. Okay, that's good stuff by Cho. And let's have a look at the... We can finish up in... Well, probably not 7th because we'd have to win by 11 goals. But we could finish up in 8th, which would only be 1 place off the playoffs, so it would be quite annoying. But let's just see how we go in the last episode. So guys, it's the team we're going to go with in the final game of the episode. We've got Vorbyov, Malanga, we've got Gartner up front, who's going to be playing his farewell game, because I am going to be selling him at the start of the season, even despite his performances. He is just going to be left behind by the club, and I'd rather not rot him away in our club and let him go and play some football elsewhere. We've got Velasco, Parsons, Alonga. I'm actually going to play... What's his face? Wait, I was going to play Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey's tired, that's why I'm not playing him, sorry. And Parsons will also be playing his farewell game here as well. And then Ramirez, Espinoza, Karuma and Tangoy. And let's just get into the final game of the episode and see how far we can finish up the league. Cuts it back to Osadibe, and it's 1-0 to Barnet after 2 minutes. Wow, not a great start at all. Brilliant stuff by Osadibe, who just cuts in past Riveros and just Espinoza and just slaps it in the top corner. Not much Mikla could have done to save that, and we do have a horrific start to this game. Here's high in some space, cuts it back to Galvin, who finds Osadibe. And it's another good cut by Breeze, and it's 2-0 in the 10-minute mark. And I think Barnet seems to be a bit of a what's it called, like bad team for us. We get beat by them every time we play them. I don't know, Renan. Oh, Osadibe finds High, who finds Adnaran, who finds Osadibe, who finds Breeze, who turns again, and it's 3-0 after 20 minutes. And oh dear, this is not good from us. We are getting absolutely battered this game. Comes forward, Brown, cuts it back to Breeze, and it's a good challenge by Espinoza, who finds Alonga, who finds Parsons in some space, finds a ball into Gartner. Gartner plays a ball to Vorobiyov, who's through 1-on-1. It's Vorobiyov, he gets a goal back, and he gets a goal in his first played game, and we get 1 back before half time, which is the important thing. An assist by Gartner as well. It looks like it's going to go for half time, 3-1 down, and which is not great, but we can still bring us back. And we are just going to make a couple of changes at half time. I believe, I'm hoping Cho's on the bench. Yep, I'm going to bring on Cho. And I'm going to maybe bring on Jeffrey for Parsons. And let's just get in the second half and hopefully start our comeback. Malanga does some great movement there. He's looking for somewhere to play it into. He finds Velasco. He finds Alonga, who cuts it back to Vorobiyov. And Vorobiyov turns, and it's 3-2. Another goal by Vorobiyov. And it's a brilliant, brilliant brace by the Uzbekistani. And we are just within 1 goal now. Velasco spots the overrun of Malanga, who's going to cut it back. Malanga with the cross in the box, and Cho wins the header. And it's a brilliant looping header. And we brought it back from 3-0 to 3-3. Brilliant stuff by Oldham, showing a bit of fight at the end of the season. And a season that's been pretty up and down. But we're ending the season very strong, and we could be starting our promotion push performances now. And that is a brilliant header, and he just dinks it over the keeper, and the keeper just can't catch it. It's a brilliant header, and Cho has came in clutch. Velasco does well there. Vorobiyov comes away with it. Alonga to Jeffrey, who finds a ball to Cho, and can we take the lead? We can indeed. It's 4-3, and this has been a brilliant comeback. A brace by Vorobiyov and a brace by Cho, who came off the bench at half time. And that's why I'm probably going to move Gartner on, because we have a capable striker, and Gartner's going to get left behind as he was pretty poor in the first half of this game. But we've gone from 3-0 down to 4-3. And can we hold on to this lead? Finds Brown on the wing. Barnett will have one more chance before full time. And Espinoza, it's clubbed to high, and it's a brilliant save by Mikulak, who will keep us in the lead. And they have one last corner. And we need to deal with this corner to come with the best comeback. And Espinoza clears it. Jeffrey, we'll just get rid of it. And Malanga does clear it. Does he clear it far enough? He does indeed. And we take all 3 points. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant determination to come from 3-0 down. A brace by Cho, who's got 3 braces in the forward play games this episode. And a brace from Vorobyov on his played debut. And let's just get into the monthly scouting update, and let's have a look at some stats for the end of the season now. So guys, this is how we finished for the season. 8th place. We finished 1 point outside of the playoff. We finished joint on points outside the playoffs. But with a minus 10 goal difference, and it's a brilliant season considering we were supposed to be fighting relegation. Very happy with how the league's been. In terms of the league, most games played by a longer. These are the stats we'll probably look through actually we'll look through them now, why not? I believe Cho did pick up top goal scorer in the league. He did indeed with that brace in the final game of the season. He did brilliant replacement from the injured Gartner at the start of the season. And then assists, he also got top assister with a longer in there, and Park up there as well. Anyone else around that we know? Velasco's up there as well. And for goals, was there anybody else other than Cho? I would imagine Gartner would be around somewhere. Apparently not. But let's have a quick look at the stats for the season. We've got most games played was played by Alonga, who had a brilliant season actually, to be honest. Senjic was up there as well. Riveros, Tangoy. For goals, we had Cho, of course. Assists, Alonga was actually our top assister in all competitions. And then we had, obviously, Cho's top goal scorer, Gartner as second. Park, brilliant as well, by the way. Velasco, brilliant. And it's going to be difficult picking 5 nominations for Player of the Season. But I will pick them, and we'll come with them next episode as well with the goal of the month. But for now, to end the episode, we're going to go with 2 monthly scouting updates. And then we'll come back at the end of with the second monthly scouting update as well, and we'll end the episode there. So guys, we do have our penultimate scout report here of the episode. We've got Uzbekistan. Let's have a look in there. Let's see if we've got anybody. Yeah, nobody's going to be in here. That's going to be good enough. Makanov is just too young, even though he's got decent potential. He's already 50 rated and he's too young, so there'll be no point having him around, because by the time this time in 2 years, we could have players in the 70 rated and stuff. And then Malta, we could have somebody here actually. Kassa's not going to be good enough. McAuliffe is not going to be good enough. Grimmer's definitely not good enough. We've got Vela, who is just too low rated, and he's 14, unfortunately. And then we've got Grimmer, who's a left midfielder. He's 54 rated. He's also actually not going to be good enough. And we've got nothing from Malta so far, but we do have Vorobyov from Uzbekistan, who's going to probably be in our team for a long time. So guys, here we are at the last Youth Academy report of Season 2. Let's just go straight into the Uzbekistan one. What the hell just happened there? Okay. Okay, I've just been robbed of both. What just happened? Okay, never mind, I just got robbed of both reports, but that's fine, unless there was like no players for either. I am going to fire both these scouts. I'm going to work on upgrading these scouts. As you can see, I've got a 4-star, 4-star. It is going to be different next season, because what I'm going to do is I am actually going to just show you guys players that we promote, because we are going to be very picky. I'm going to work through my squad off episode, and I'm going to come back at the start of next episode, the first episode of the next season, and show you who I'm selling, who I'm loaning out, and who's going to be in our team. And if I just have a quick look, I'm trying to just remember how to get to the what they want me to achieve this season, because I have actually ticked over to the next season now. Here, objectives. They want me to fight for promotion, which is ultimately my goal as well, and we will do that. Let's just have a quick look at some of the players that came back from loan to see if they've had big overall increases. We've got Riveros, Velasco at 66. Sanderville there, who's had quite a bit of an increase. He's actually had quite a big increase, to be honest. And I'm going to develop him into a right winger, I think, because he's right mid at the minute. I want him to be a winger, so I'm just going to transfer him. That'll only take 2 weeks in game. But yes, I'm going to work through the team, and then I will tell you at the start of next episode the nominees for goal of the season and stuff like that. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please press like, comment and subscribe, and next episode will be season 3.